crumpled up.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Hills. No. Salutation to the admin. This is his word. The truth and sincerity. Once again, we're on the highways and hedges to bring our people back to their heritage. We're not Indians, we're not blacks, we're not West Indians, we are the Hebrew Israelites. The people what Moses took through the Red Sea. When you put us in cargo slave ships and you sold us around the world, you took away our national origin. And we claimed it through the spirit of the one they call God and Christ. Okay? And you're going to meet your maker soon. So get me Isaiah, Jeremiah 28 and 8. This is our job. This is why we're at. We're at it not to look good in the sun. You know? We're at it to bring Jacob back to him, right? Because Jacob's in a docile state. They've done a Willie Lynch number on us. They set us back to factory settings when we was inspired by the one they call God. We don't believe in. Because why? You think that you are God because you can splice genes and dolly the sheep and artificial intelligence. That ain't going to help you in these last days. You can't artificial intelligence food into the shops. Yeah? We're in a time of famine, death and destruction's coming. Yeah? Right, Jake? What's your nationality, sir? Nigerian. Do you know where Nigeria comes from? The term Nigeria. Comes from Niger River.
Yeah.
Are you Niger River? Is that who you are? So who are you? Who are you? Igbo, Yoruba?
Delta.
You're Delta. You're still a Hebrew anyway, yeah? You are Hebrew. You're probably from the tribe of Judah. You wasn't given that term, Niger. That was given to you by your conqueror.
I know.
Right? You're probably from the tribe of Judah. Get me Hebrews 7 and 14. Do you know who's from the tribe of Judah?
Who's from Israel?
You're going to read that. You ever read the Bible before? Are you interested in the Bible?
Yes.
Right. Do you go to church?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's
I'm
a good
atheist.
start. You don't need the church. The Lord calls that the whorehouse. Because why? This is who they gave us to trust in.
Yeah.
The same person that put us in cargo slave ship. No, this was in my mother's house. I'm sure it was in your mother's house.
Get it to me now.
Right. But this garbage here, that garbage, yeah? Saying that was Jesus Christ. Do you know who that is?
That's not Jesus Christ.
But you know who it is?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's this man here.
It's an actor, probably.
No, it's that man there. You take the bonnet off of him.
Ah, but yeah.
This is who it is. It says the Red Orgy. So they gave us the worst man to worship. This is the worst crime family. He's
Yeah, I know that.
get over, he's getting that. You see Rodrigo?
Yeah, I know. But
Says Ray, he even had sex with his own sister Lucrezia. He killed his own brother and brother-in-law, right? Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci was commissioned by Pope Rodrigo VI to paint Caesar up as the new Jesus Christ. That's how we got this. Read that. This is from the tribe of Judah.
Very good.
Same tribe as you.
Very, very
So
good.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Who's the Lord? The one they call Jesus Christ. Well, that's not his name, by the way. Because what was he? He was a Jew, yeah? From tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
So what language did he speak?
Hebrew.
Acts 14.
He speak Hebrew.
23.
Or,
Yeah, he knows Hebrew. Yeah. So he would have a Hebrew name, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So his name is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, that means that he's the deliverer.
Jehovah.
And did you not tell Peter, I've come in my father's name?
Yeah.
So the father's name, Yahweh Shai's name would be in the father's name, fitting it. So the father's name is Yahweh.
Yeah.
You know, because no, the North American Indians, Yahweh, they're our people as well. You understand? But what it is, we're in the end of days now. And the Lord said, when we start, tell you what, drop that, get me
Who says the end of days?
We're in the end of days. We're coming to the latter part of the days. That's why he's saying wars.
But that's the Bible saying we're in the end of days as well.
Huh?
That the end of days is the Bible.
No, we're in the end of days.
Why do you say that?
Because
where is the
read
scripture?
that.
Where?
Read 2 Ezra 9 and 2. Listen
Where?
to this.
From where? Where are you
Listen to
reading?
this.
Where are you reading that from?
The Bible.
No, then I don't believe that. Because I
You don't believe in the Bible?
No, I don't.
Okay, have a nice day, sir. That way is death. That way there is death. Have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Bring over Jeremiah 28 and 8. I thought he said he believes in it. I thought he said he goes to the church. Wait, he believes in God. I thought you said you believe in God. You're wasting my time. Read that. Jeremiah 28 and 8.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 20 verse 8.
See, the simplicity of our people is legendary. They're going to walk around trying to look good when there's no food. Let's see how good you look when you're all emaciated. You know what I mean?
Those muscles going to continue.
Yeah, you know?
Deflated.
What did the Lord say? Let them alone. The blind lead the blind, they're both falling into a ditch. Two blind men there. Now read that.
It says Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8.
Right?
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old.
Right, so there's prophets. Prophet means to say before. So we're going to, like we tried to tell that nigger, sorry, that, I'm going to just call him what he is, a Nigerian. Yeah? Because he's not a Hebrew. He's not an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. He is a Nigerian. A very dark-minded person. That's what Nigerian comes from the term nigger. Or nigger. Yeah, what means black. And he is very black. He's not only black on his skin colour, he's very dark, but his mind is completely dark. So let's call him a Nigerian. Read that again. So we're here to prophesy like our forefathers did. Because we are these people that went through the Red Sea. Contrary to belief, they tell you that everybody's God's children, and that's garbage. Yeah? Read that.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8.
Right?
The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old.
Right?
Prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right, so we're here to prophesy of war. Are we not in a time of war? Give me Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. We jump down to we're in a time of war. And our people don't realise that death is coming. They're still wrapped up in this wicked our society, transgenders, LGBTQ, do as thou will, but they're not going to learn until they're hungry and they're starving and they're going to call on Jesus Christ, a man that don't exist. But we're only out here for the elect, the ones that have got ears to hear. You know? The rest of you can go to hell for all you can. You are going to go to hell. Hell means a bad condition, not under the ground. Because that's another fable they told us, that you die and then you go to hell. No, we're in hell now. LGBTQ, transgenderism. That's hell we're in now. We have to walk around watching men holding man's hands, women carpet munching, holding. This is because we're under the Edomites, the rebels, the devil himself. Let's read that.
It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, start with 1.
No, jump down a bit, which is the time for this. We're looking just for that time of.
It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 3. It says, a time to kill and a time to heal.
Right, so there is a time to kill. If someone says, oh, well, you can't kill. The Lord said there is a time to kill. If someone run up in your house and you've got your family in there, ain't you going to protect the family? Ain't you going to have to kill someone? Yes, there is a time for it. You understand? There is a time to kill.
And a time to heal.
And a time to heal. The Lord is going to come and heal us because our people are in a docile state, just like that Negro. Yeah? He's a Negro. He said he doesn't believe in the Bible, he doesn't believe in God, basically. You know why? Because a white man's had a good number on it. This is precisely what the white man is set up for. To deceive us. That's what the devil means. Diablos means deceive us. And he's deceived us by giving us a white Jesus so we can praise him, and telling us we're black when we're brown. They deceived us. But our people call themselves black people. And they don't even look up words. That's the best thing to hide any knowledge from so-called black people is in a book. Because they don't like to read. Yeah? What does the Bible say about that? It says, in Revelation, it says, blessed is the man that reads. Why? Because you attain knowledge when you read. Yeah? Sometimes it's not always good for word of mouth. That's why they got books that he's putting in there from the ages to read, to get wisdom. Right? It's recorded, yeah, do that.
It says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 3.
Right?
A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up.
Right, so there's a time to break down. The Lord is going to be breaking down the society now. That's why there's lack of jobs. That's why there's a coronavirus, so they've got monkeypox. He's breaking it down the same way he broke down ancient Egypt. He's breaking down, this is modern Egypt. Like we always say, go down to the Thames. They've got Cleopatra's Needle down here, all the way from Heliopolis, Egypt. So we know we're in modern day Egypt. Anywhere the so-called white man is, he's the modern day Egyptian, Babylonian, Assyrian. Yeah, the Lord calls them many names because they're at the hegemony at the moment. They're the top society. Even though they're from the bottom, but they're at the top. The Lord showing his power. He took a base man and put him over everybody. The Edomites, Yeah, here we go.
A time to weep and a time to laugh.
Right, there's a time to weep and a time to laugh. But really, we're not in the time of laughter because we're in the time of war. You don't laugh when there's war and people being killed. We're weeping because we want to get out of this wicked place. Like I keep saying, we're going to keep reiterating transgenders and all this. We want to see the back of their heads. Right, all of a sudden they've got this abortion thing going on in America. They've been killing babies for years. Mainly gay babies, mainly Israelite babies. Because one of the founders of that Planned Parenthood, that abortion thing, is a woman named Margaret Sanger. She was a fervent Ku Klux Klan member. So she said, don't tell them we want to get rid of the Negro race. This is what they've been trying to do, get rid of us. By putting us in ghettos, putting guns, drugs, making us kill ourselves. But you know what they've done? The same thing in Egypt, so it's going to turn on their own heads now. That's why Russia said, I'm going to point missiles at England and blow it to smithereens. Yeah? So it's all turning on their heads. The destruction. That's what it's saying. Read on.
It says here, a time to mourn and a time to dance.
Right?
A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together.
Right, cast away stones and gather stones together. Not the time they're casting away of the evils of this place, and they're going to gather those stones to produce the truth. Yeah? It's just going to be the building block. It's like a building block. You need stuff to build. So that's what they're doing now. We're gathering these stones to build our nation again. They're out here spinning out the words of the Lord. Because they told us that God don't exist. And that's another lie. Yeah? Because they want to keep us away from our power. But like I said, there's an election that's already been selected. Not sealed yet, but selected. Yeah? We're hoping to be sealed in that 144 and that multitude. We know.
So it's here. A time to embrace.
Right, a time to embrace.
And a time to refrain from embracing.
Right, we embrace this truth and we refrain from this world. Even though we've got to live in this world, the Lord said, be in the world, but not of the world. We're not of this world. Therefore, believe, therefore, my heart. Yeah? If we retain the knowledge of the Most High, we do what the Most High said, keep the laws, commandments, and that gives you life. That gives you wisdom. But what do you say? The wisdom of this world is foolishness. Right? Come on, praise.
It says here, a time to get and a time to lose.
A time to get and a time to lose. It's not our time to get yet. That's in the future. We're going to get slaves. We're going to get the kingdom. We're going to get all the riches what come with the kingdom. And we're losing at the moment. But right now we can see that the scales is tipping. White man's world is beginning to level up now. Yeah? All the plagues of Egypt is bringing the seesaw, leveling out, and it's going to tip towards us. The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last. Okay? We're at the bottom, but we're rising. The cream always rises to the top. You know?
It says here,
Okay.
a time to get and a time to lose.
Right?
A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Right, we're near that time of keeping, you know? Keeping what's given, but we casted, like I said, we casted away all evil to the best of our ability. Yeah? You know?
It says here, a time to rend and a time to sow.
Right, time to rend and time to sow.
A time to keep silent and a time to speak.
Right, that time of silence was in slavery. We couldn't say much, but now we can say a lot. It's a time to speak. And what we're speaking? We're speaking who's the devil on the earth, who are the Israelites, who's going into captivity, who's hopefully going to be saved, the ones that put the doors next to the front. This is what we're doing. This is why we're out in the streets. We've been commissioned by the one we call Jesus Christ and God to come out and prophesy against this kingdom. We're not for it because it's totally wicked. Why are we gonna promote wickedness when we seek righteousness, man? We seek for new heaven and we're going to righteousness. We don't.
A time to love and a time to hate.
Right, a times of love and the times of hate. In love, the Lord snatches the commandments, and in hate, the commandments of this world. LGBTQ, women over men, married over one knee for a woman. This is all crucified world in the Esau as well. Putting women on the same level as men. Just to ask this question, ask this guy this question the other day. I asked, are women and men equal? And he said, yeah, of course they are. So I said, all right then. So you tell me, when a man and a woman's in a car and the car gets punched, the tyre gets punched, does the woman ever change the car tyre at the side of the road? I've never seen it. I've been on this 15 years. I've never seen it in my life, a woman changing the car tyre at the side of the road. When someone breaks in the house, is it the woman what goes downstairs to have a look? No. So what? Do they pick and choose the equality? That's what I want to know. Do they pick and choose? You know.
So see, a time of war and a time of peace.
And that's what we're in now. We're in a time of war. You're not Russia saying, we're not, oh no, we don't have to say. What we've got to do is turn on the TV and watch Ukraine and Russia going at it. Watch Syria and Israel going at it. Watch China and India going at it. Yeah? Watch all these other countries going at it. We're in a time of war. We're not in a time of peace. Right? You know?
Yeah, that's the word.
Alright, go back to 2nd Ezra. Right.
Look at 2nd Ezra. Oh, so he answered me then, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, so like, how do you measure the time by the Bible? The white man told us that the Bible is fictitious when it talks about his downfall. Yeah? Like we always say, like the Egyptians, where are they now? If you take the plagues of Egypt and then you look at the pyramids, it's just a dust bowl. The white man and woman and child is the modern day Egyptians. And what did they do to the Israelites? They put them in slavery, and then they were punished for it. So the Lord said to measure the time. And he's measuring the time. He said when you see these things, then you know that the time is at hand. And we're beginning to see it. Wars, go read them. And you should see it. Wars.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
We're seeing all that. Earthquakes. You didn't look here the other day. It was Sri Lanka writing. All these countries are writing it. They're going up against their governments now. Yeah, because of their the price, the money. You know why? Because they took on the philosophies of the Edomites. Yeah? They took on them philosophies, and all that brings confusion. Because the Lord is not the author of confusion. They don't go by law. They don't go by the law, statutes, and commandments. What gives you equilibrium, perfect balance. There's do as thou will. They go by witchcraft. Because why? They're the children of witchcraft, basically. They're the Edomites, the red people, the deceivers, the diablos, el diablos. Yeah? Read on. The time is near. They're falling. And you can't get up. That's like DMX said, yeah? Slipping, falling. Can't get up. I'm slipping, I'm falling. I got to get up. I'm falling.
See. Then, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things.
Right, because it's prophesied. That's what we're out here doing, prophesied. It was spoke of. That's why we said, blessed is he that reads. Yeah, the Lord said you're blessed when you read, but not read anything, read the Bible. Because this is our book. Just like the Americans got their constitution. In their constitution it says that the black and Hispanic man are 3/5 of a man. They don't class us to be fully men. That's why this society is falling apart, because they don't go by God's law. They go by their own law, their own values. Yeah? Do that.
Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, from the beginning. Like I said, this Bible was from the beginning. You go to Genesis. Genesis means the beginning. It's the beginning of everything. So I was arguing in the chat the other day, he's into my heart, the Egyptian business. And he said, we've got a book older than yours. And I said, what does Genesis mean? It means from the beginning. So how can you have a book what's older than ours when this goes from the beginning? Right, read on.
It says here.
And those people, sorry, those guys who are in that Kemetic stuff, they have no discipline. That's why they sell weed and they do all kind of wickedness. They got no format behind that the Egyptology. Yeah? They call themselves Egyptians, and the Egyptians was destroyed. I don't understand.
It says here.
That's to do with us.
It says here.
We should have parked it over there with the cameras and not seen it.
I've noticed it. Times that we're around. Because we're out, can we keep an eye on yourself? It says here. For like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end.
Right. You hear that part there? Read that part again.
It says for as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end.
Right, so the end of the white man's world is coming soon. A beginning and an end. We ruled at one time. Where are we now? We're slaves to them. Their time is coming. That's why we're seeing these things in the earth. Yeah? War, rumors of war, famines. The end is coming. You can't. If you don't rule by God's laws, you have no perpetual rulership. You have an end, and your end is coming. Yeah? Read.
And the end is manifest.
And the end is made known. How? Through the Bible. That's why they try to separate us from the Bible. They don't read it in the schools no more because they found that it's got nothing to do with them. The Bible is not about them, their liberation or their salvation. It's about their downfall. Not just the Qatar, all nations. The Bible says that all nations, like us Israelites, in servitude. We've been slaves to every nation. So we're not all the same people. We might cut and bleed, but there's 18 different nations. And we are God's chosen, the Israelites. And how do we know that? From the curses. Deuteronomy tells us what was going to happen to the Israelites in the past and in the future. This book is about the detriment of the Israelites and the rehabilitation and the hegemony, reaching the heights. Coming back into power, basically. That's what the Bible's about. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians reclaiming their nationality and being chosen again. You know? Because right now people are just walking around in simplicity. They haven't got a clue what's happening. They don't know where they're going. They don't know where they came from. And that's a foundation. If you know who you are, you know precisely where you're going or what's going to become of you. Yeah? Read on.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works.
Wonders and powerful works. And we're seeing those wonders and those powerful works. Fires, that's a wonderful work of the Lord. It tells you that it's a consuming fire. It tells you that George Guidestones was hit by lightning. It's in the Bible. You know it's in the Bible. Get Wisdom of Solomon 5:21. It's in the Bible. But they're saying someone blew up the guy, George Guidestone. But the brother done a breakdown on it. He said, well, when lightning strikes something, it illuminates it. A blue sort of colour. And that's what happened to the George Guidestones. We're going to read it. It's in the Bible. The Lord blew up them George Guidestones. Why? Because he talks about killing his people. He's had enough. It tells you their wickedness is reached unto him. Now they have to suffer. Yeah?
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. Then shall the right alien thunderbolts go abroad and from the clouds.
Right, that's right aiming thunderbolt. What is that? Lightning. Read on.
As from a well-drawn bow,
Yeah.
shall they fly to the mark.
Right, and it flew to the mark and blew up them called George Guidestone. Yeah? Maintain humanity at 500 million. They've been trying to get rid of us from the Edomites. They've been trying to get rid of us because they know who the blessings from. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to upset prophecy. There's no way you could do it. The white man's world has to go down because it's full of evil and wickedness. Transgenders and LGBTQs, boy lovers. It has to fall. And it's known as Babylon. Yeah? Babylon the Great. Read on.
says here, 2 Corinthians chapter 9,
Right?
verse 7.
Read up.
That's like, I'll continue from the says, and endings in effects and signs.
Right?
Okay, those endings, the effects and signs are basically like the prophecies that have already,
And all of them. All the ornaments in the air. You know, you got the no, that's a sign of the time. Because every time you see a lunar eclipse or blue moon or something like that, there's destruction comes up. These are signs set up for us Israelites to wake the hell up. Come out of that docile state that the white man put you, telling you you're black when you're brown, when you're West Indian, and that's a direction. West means a direction, India means savage. These are the names your conqueror gave you, man. Wake the hell up, it's about time. What's that? Romans 13 and 11 said it's high time to wake out of sleep. Because you're in a dead state. You are God's chosen people, man. And you're under the beast man and beast woman and beast child. The raw meat eating devils. Yeah? Read up.
it says here, verse 7, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved.
Now left. Where you from?
I left. Where me from?
What country you from?
Where am I from? What? My parents?
Yeah.
They are from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. So you're Jamaican.
But born in London.
Okay. So what's a Jamaican, man? You know what I mean? Jamaica?
What does Jamaica mean?
Yeah, because everywhere's got meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jamaica?
Jamaica originally. Well, tell me. Go on. You tell me
It
what it means.
means land of wood and water. When the white man got to there, he said, Jamaica, land of wood and water. These are not terms what we was calling it, or calling that place. This is what our conquerors called it. How did aspect of the West Indies, as in Jamaica, how did the so-called black people get to the West Indian Islands?
It's through slavery.
There you go. So then is them, if they take us in slavery, who's going to name it?
No, I get that.
Right, so if you're not Jamaican, who are you then? This is what I'm trying to establish. If you're not Jamaican, who are you? They call us Barbadians and whatnot. That means
Yeah, but I don't subscribe to that. I know who I am, brother. I am an Israel.
you are Israelite. What tribe?
Tribe of Judah.
No. If you're from the West Indian Islands, you're not tribe of Israel.
No.
You're Benjamin. Okay, right. You just called yourself a Jamaican 5 couple of seconds.
So what are you going to tell me now? Now? Them tribes there, right? They're all coming from where? Where's all the different tribes coming from? Because if you can tell me, say, the whole island of Jamaica is coming from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay.
The majority.
So if it's the majority,
Yes, the majority. Okay. Yes. Okay. So alright, let me ask you this question. How do you tell me you're from the tribe of Judah? Put the ball in your court.
I'm looking at the tribe, the actual slave trade line, right, from out of Benin.
Yeah, Benin, yeah. Right. And not everybody comes from Benin. They come from Ghana, they come from Congo. So,
Not everybody, as you said.
Have you seen the photography of Africa?
Show me.
The map. You've got the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, and the tribe of Levi. Because at that time, the Northern Kingdom was in the Americas. Do you know about the Northern Kingdom?
Yeah.
Do you know the Northern Kingdom is today? You know, how can you identify them?
The Northern Kingdom.
Yeah, because you know it's split on the Solomon and Rehoboam and Jeroboam, isn't it?
Is it the Northern Kingdom? Go on. Yeah, go on.
Right, the Northern Kingdom, if you look at that sign there, you can see. This is the Northern Kingdom. When you look from there, it tells you, look. Because when the Romans besieged Jerusalem, there was only 3 tribes left in there. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The Northern Kingdom had already gone into the Syrian captivity and left for Asherah, the Americans. Yeah? So that's why when they say Jews, when the Romans was in Jerusalem, they said, you Jews. But these 3 tribes was there, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So they just told us we were Jews, but there was Benjamites, there was Levites.
Yeah, but was there actual Jews back in them time then?
Of course.
The actual word Jew. Was the word Jew used? That's what I'm asking.
We're just saying it in English because if I start
But I'm just asking that question because I said.
what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
The language has changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Latin. It went Greek, Latin.
Yeah.
It's been changed. It's been changed 3 times.
What you got to realise, at one stage everybody spoke the same language. It was called the Lashawan Kodash. And then then the Lord, remember they started to build the Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
And the Lord said, I confounded the language because you've got to have a lingua franca. Just like today, they've got a lingua franca. Do you know what a lingua franca is?
No, tell me.
It's like a trade language. In order to be a pilot, what you got to do? What language you got to speak to be a pilot? Chinese, Japanese?
No, there's no language.
There's a lingua franca. There's always been a trade language, a lingua franca.
Okay.
Right? It's English.
Right.
That's the lingua franca. Because what happens when you want to be a lawyer?
Okay.
Oh, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything like that, you've got to speak English. Pilot. This is the lingua franca. Right? Back in them times, that was the lingua franca of the whole nation. They spoke the Lashawan Kodash. It was called the Hebrew. Everybody spoke. Then when they started to build the tower, it confounded the language. But what I'm trying to say is, we're in a time now where the Lord is going to make a second coming. Our people don't
Of course, without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, then, so how do we know that?
How do we know that
The Lord is going to make his second coming. How do we prepare for it? Because our people don't know what the hell they're doing. They're into iPhones and WhatsApp and TikTok.
Yeah, but not all people is our people, though, are they?
No.
And not everybody's going to be saved.
No. But what I'm trying to identify is the people of the slave trade. That's the people of God.
But not every one of them are going to be saved, though, bro.
We know that. It says 2/3 are going to cut off and down. I'm not talking about who's
all
all of them going to be saved. It's going to save a multitude.
I
Do you want to be in that number?
No, I know where I want to be, bro. I know where I want to be.
in that number.
Yeah, but you're not in the position to ask me that. I
I'm a priest.
You could be, listen, you could be anything. You're a walking man. You're a walking man.
I speak God's words.
You may well do. You may well do. And so does the preacher certain time in the church. But hold on,
I'm not a preacher in the church.
One second. Bro, as I just said to you, I would just say to you this. I would just say, sorry, what's wrong? You may well be a priest.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm not taking that away from you. What I am saying to you is, right, yeah, that don't make everything that comes out of your mouth right.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm gonna back
No,
up
you
with
can
God's
read,
word.
yeah, and listen,
So
brother,
do you believe in God? Do you believe in God's word?
See, I'm
I'm asking you, do you believe in God's word?
Yeah, but here what I'm trying to show you, fam. Here what I'm trying to show you, right? This is not
8:47 in my words. I'm just going to give you some scriptures.
Yeah, I'll hear it. Because as I said to you,
Because what it is, our people got a problem with another black man. This is the problem. It's in your curses. It's in the curses. We got a problem with our people telling us something. But if the white man or another nation tells us,
You see, bro, straight away, hold on, one minute. Let me just say something to you. Straight away, right, yeah, you're on an assumption thing. Just purely because, hold on. No, you are, because you're presuming I'm not listening to you, right? And then you're going to turn around and give me your credentials and say you're a priest, right, yeah? Which, to me personally, I'm not being funny or nothing. If you knew who you was talking to, right, in the first place, right, yeah, right, you'd understand, right, yeah, that your title, right, is the first thing that's going to discredit you, right, yeah, right? You have to ask that question down there, brother. Because at the end of the day, no, we just two people talking. Right, out on the street. So for you to turn around and throw that in front of me and then turn around and say it's in the curses, which I know what you're talking about, but I haven't said nothing to say that I'm disputing with you. All I'm trying to say to you is, my friend, just very simply, right, yeah, is like, boom, no bother with that. Right, no bother with that. Right, yeah, right, that you're a priest and all the rest of it, because to me personally, right, that's good for you and I'm not knocking that. But it's not everybody that you're going to be able to turn around and say to them, well, I'm a priest, I'm like myself, to turn around and say like both, right? Because I'm not turning around and saying to you, because you're saying, you was about to go into some kind of prelogue of turning around and saying, when black people are challenging us with something, right, and it's in the curses, but we never said nothing to you.
You've got to realise, we're out here for the people of the ears to hear. Yeah? This is what we've got. This is our job. the blood will be off our hands when the destruction comes.
It will, of course,
Right.
of course.
That's
And
what
the thing is, and the word has to be accurate.
Read
Because
that.
here, what happened? Oh, before you start that, make sure to the word accurate to know, right? Because you will be found guilty. Pre-side not. You know that in the book. So that's what I'm saying to you. Take time with me. Right.
Read that.
Done.
You got ears in here. What did I tell you to get? Then what's the other one?
Come, G, because
Yeah, my sheep. John 10:27.
This is the book of John chapter 10 verse 27. It says here, believe ye,
John 10:27.
my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Right, so we're out here going to preach the Bible. And these sheep are going to hear this word, and they're going to follow it. Understand? Maybe you think that we're men out here, that we're going to speak God's word. And if God's words don't have any effect
I already
on
said
you-
that. No. Go. I'm listening.
Get Ezekiel. No, what he said about Israelites. No.
Stiff-necked Israelite.
You said,
Bro, come, man. This is it.
it's the book of Ezekiel chapter. It says here, Ezekiel chapter 2, start from 1. He said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me,
Right, so the Lord spoke unto Ezekiel, you know?
and set me upon my feet. Then that I heard him that spake unto me.
Right?
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel,
You're a child of Israel.
to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me.
That's how we got the position of going into slavery. Because we rebelled against him. What's at the bottom? The basis of man, the so-called white man, knows this. He's the basis of man.
Yeah, but he done that specifically for a reason.
Why do you do it?
Because you said it out of your own mouth, because we rebelled against him. That's what you're answering your
Is
own
that what
thing.
Because we rebelled? Or did we break the laws?
Bro, we broke the laws in many
That's
different...
what I wanted to
Hold on.
I'm going to read the Bible now. That's it. Man's words is of nothing. You read it.
It says here, they and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this day.
Right, so it's still transgression. Huh? It's still transgression. Yeah? Right? You know?
It says here, verse 4.
You know what transgression means?
See,
No, it means to break the law. I mean,
okay, break the law, priest. Okay, then. So we're going to get into semantics.
It says here, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
stiff-hearted. You always see stiff-hearted. The white man will come up here and you would listen intensely because he's, you know,
Who would do that?
the crackers come up here. We always talk to the crackers. They come up here and
Because they have that
oh, is that right? Is it? Oh, what about steak tartare?
Yeah, because they got that, what?
Stockholm that we
Praise the Lord.
integrated.
They got that?
The Stockholm. You know that Stockholm syndrome?
Syndrome. Who's got that?
Our people.
Oh, I forgot because I heard you say white folks and crackers come out here, so I thought you feel like that.
No,
Yes,
because if
we no, we don't touch on. No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just backing up what you're saying. You're absolutely 100% right. Stockholm syndrome is an absolute epidemic.
Exactly, for our people. It says here, for they are impudent children, hard-headed and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of power.
Not us say this.
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, they are a rebellious house. Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
I've actually said it twice now. Now you know, so I'm not
back it up.
So that's what I'm saying. When he said he's a priest, that's how you know he's a priest. The word that Isaiah 18 and 20 says we're not speaking his word because there's no like.
Read that.
You see what I'm
No, second Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Are we stuck on? Hold on 1 second. Are we stuck on the fact, right, that I just turned around and said?
No, I just backed up the case.
Yeah, but the case that never needed being backed up.
Yeah,
Because
God said, let his word be. Our words are nothing. This is a problem. When we speak
you see,
our words,
it's
our
a
people-
problem, bruv.
our
You see,
people
this is
don't
what I'm saying. Bruv, I'm not questioning. I'm not listen.
9 and 4.
I'm just saying, yeah, you turned around and said to me that you're a priest. It's like at the end of the day, as I'm saying to you, if a man can't turn around, can't hear what me I said to him before I'm a God, right? I'm making law, right? Yeah, right. I'm going to have the power of discernment, yeah, because you see the thing is now, any man can come to anybody, right? Yeah, right, with any kind of fuckery and talk any kind of thing, right? Because everybody won't cut cross me, right? Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, right, you're gonna hang me out and try and turn around and say to me, well, I'm not gonna talk to you just purely because I turn around and say, well, you're a priest, right? No, but you're saying, no, but what you're saying, you keep saying to him, don't say nothing, let the word. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, I'm not challenging your position. I'm just saying.
Out here on the street. That's what you said.
Yeah.
There's men on the street talking.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be a man on the street talking. I'm going to let the word talk.
Okay.
You know. So I'm right. I'm going to speak through the Bible.
Okay.
Let me read that.
It says here.
What do you know when it says let your words be few?
Yo, listen. Make this be the last one. I'm working.
No, just to read that. We get
It's
one
the
more.
book of Ezekiel, chapter 9.
This is what's coming.
Chapter
For
9.
our people and all the other people who don't need this Bible.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4.
Right?
And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of it.
Right, so where I get sighing and crying, right? Because the midst, the stuff was happening in this world. Parenthood, George Floyd standing on neck, the man ran up in my brother got shot 60 times, right? 90 bullets at him. This is what we're sighing and crying about, yeah? It don't happen to any other nation.
No, it doesn't.
Right. So read on. This is why we see the men. So he said, come out and set a mark on the foreheads of the men and sigh and cry. Take these things in.
It says here, and to the others he said in mine hearing,
Right, this is the ones who are done with the hear God's word.
go ye after him through the city and smite.
So there's going to come a time where we're going to see different things happening, spiritual things. Do you believe in angels? How about UFOs?
No.
Okay, so read on.
It says here, let not your eyes spare.
Not that your eyes spare. So the Lord said, don't spare, because there's going to be a lot of begging in that time. Please don't kill me. Oh, change. That time it's too late. Read.
Neither have ye pity.
Right? No pity. Because did they not show us no pity? The white man didn't show us any pity. And he's the sword of the so-called Heavenly Father. You know?
It says, slay utterly old and young.
This is showing you how the Lord thinks.
What did you just say? Who is the sword of the Heavenly Father?
So-called white man.
Magan.
Want me to read it for you before you go? Want me to read it for you? All right, have a good day, sir. Stiff-hearted, see? This is right. 2/3 of our people are going to die. I'm just going to get to the part where he says living, because he's going to get put to death. You know what I mean? Because our people, like I said, he stood up all that time trying to act like he was trying to be, you know, but he's against his own people, yeah? Black man is against the black man because a white man done a good man. Willie Lynch, an English guy, set it up, pitted us against each other. You can watch it in the films like Django, when they made the black man fight each other and all that. Good man, good Tom. Yeah, right? So let's go back to where we were.
As I had to say slay utterly old.
Let's bring it. Let's read that. Because these are old men. When they tell you, you can't put new wine into old bottle. He's there smoking, he's there breathing in that shit and talking fuckery. If you know anything, you wouldn't breathe anything other than air into your lungs. Yeah, oxygen. But he's there puffing on some fucking thing the white man made to kill him.
It says here, slay utterly old and young.
Slay utterly old and young. We try to have patience with our people, but patience is running out. Like, I'm going to read in a minute on Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, what's going to happen, bro. I'll read that.
It says here, slay utterly old and young.
Right, so the Lord said we're going to kill, well, he's going to get the angels. I don't know if we're going to be sanctioned for that, but we'll see.
Both maids and little children.
So he said kill young ladies and little children.
And women.
And women. Right? So he separated the maid with the young ladies from women. Because women are the ones who are telling the young maids how to, well, showing them how to go off. Because there's certain stipulations the Bible it tells that a woman should abide by. She's trying to be a woman of the one they call God or Yahweh or Yahweh. It tells you that they're supposed to teach the women to love their husbands, read the sleep, be keepers at home. But some already turned over to Satan. You know?
It says here, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Right, so this Lord said there's going to be a mark on the foreheads of the men. In other words, they're going to have this knowledge. They're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And he said to the others, what do you say? Go you what?
It says, and begin at my sanctuary.
And begin at my sanctuary, his house. So when the Lord comes, we're going to start killing Hispanics, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what the Lord said. You know, the white man calls it coloring, great coloring. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have great coloring because this is the mindset of our people. That bald-headed Negro there is the mindset of our people. Yeah? Smoking, not listening to what we're saying. So it's unideology. Yeah? So if he thinks he knows something, if he knew better, he wouldn't be breathing in. What they call that?
I call it a third party smoke because it's vapor.
Yeah, they call it something.
Yeah, vapor, yeah, recycling.
It's supposed to be there. What they call it? An alien, yeah, an alien source. The lungs, when you breathe in, it's supposed to be for the air, but you can't see. See the trees moving? Scared, that's what you're supposed to breathe in, that's what keeps you alive. Not smoking and all that, that's death, that's the ways of death. Yeah?
They began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right.
That's like from the elders and down, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to kill the that's what it says, stay old and young, men to little children.
I'll come back to
But I mean, when the baby body took care of that. So
Same for many fishes.
oh, 1616.
1660. Same for that. Because judgment in there. Yeah, that woman got tear up by the pit bulls.